They wasted the kind of talent others could only dream of. On the pitch they shone, and off it they disappeared into the glow of bar lights and nightclub neon. Diego Maradona, Paul Gascoigne, George Best, Garrincha, Ronaldinho, 5 football geniuses who lost their most important match against themselves. You're listening to Footy Past Stories, the podcast where football history comes alive.
Get it back up! Get it back up! It's a goal!
They were among the most talented footballers of their generation. On the pitch they shone, but off it they vanished into bars, clubs, and endless parties. In its 3rd episode, Footy Past Stories recalls 5 players whose talent was as great as their weaknesses. And if you want to go even deeper, in the premium episode on Patreon we look back at George Best, the Manchester United legend who turned fame into his downfall. Diego Maradona, a genius who changed football forever and couldn't change himself at all. His magic on the pitch brought a revolution, but off it he was slowly consumed by drugs. His addiction to cocaine damaged not only his body but also his career. In the early 90s, he received a ban of more than a year for using cocaine. And when he managed to come back, another scandal followed, a positive test for ephedrine at the 1994 World Cup. After 17 years, that meant the end of his international career. These scandals overshadowed even his greatest achievements. But his footballing greatness never truly disappeared. After all, Maradona led Argentina to the World Cup title in 1986, became the symbol of Napoli, and remains forever a symbol of passion, genius, and human frailty. Paul Gascoigne, one of the most gifted English midfielders of his generation. Brilliant technique, imagination, the ability to decide matches with a smile on his face. Thanks to his spontaneity and humour, he became a fan favourite and a symbol of the England team that reached the 1990 World Cup semi-final.
Gascoigne. Still Gascoigne. Still Gascoigne. For Tottenham, it's a goal.
But off the pitch he fought a different battle. A battle with alcohol that destroyed his career and his health. Because of his addiction, he was repeatedly hospitalized and later admitted he drank even on match days. In one of his autobiographies, he recalls how at half-time of the Scottish League Cup final, his manager handed him a bottle of whiskey. After 9 shots, he went back on the pitch and scored twice to win the match.
Good running by Gascoigne. The goalkeeper had left his line. He decides to stand up to him. Still it's Gascoigne. 2-1 to Rangers.
But most of the stories from his later years are far less amusing. Drink driving, fights, drugs. After Euro 1996, where he shone one last time, his career quickly faded. He changed clubs again and again and never found his place. Paul Gascoigne will forever be remembered as a brilliant footballer defeated by his own demons. Without them, he could have been one of the very best of all time. George Best. An extraordinary footballer, one of the best of his era. In the 1960s, he was the key figure of Manchester United, winning 2 league titles and the European Cup in 1968. That same year, he received the Ballon d'Or as Europe's best player. He became football's first true superstar. In England, they called him the 5th Beatle. But fame came with a price. Everyone wanted to be near him. Everywhere he went, he was the center of attention. George Best moved from party to party, surrounded by beautiful women and glasses of champagne. Alcohol gradually became his toughest opponent, one he could never beat. It led to conflicts with the club and limited his performances. And he didn't want to change. He often joked that he once gave up women and drinking, and it was the worst 20 minutes of his life.
Going through the middle. He's on for 5. There it is. Oh, Georgie Best.
Best again. A glorious goal by Best. What a magnificent goal by Best. A masterpiece of a goal by Best. Spring never moved.
Now Best. Best. It's there. Best. And there it is. George Best. 3-2.
He never again reached the level of the late 60s, even though he officially retired only in 1984. His addiction to alcohol eventually cost him his life. He died before reaching 60.
Do you want to hear the full story of George Best? A man who was successful, handsome, rich, and lost everything he loved. An icon of Manchester United, the first true football superstar and a symbol of an era when football became a lifestyle. In the premium episode, we go back to the swinging 60s, when Best became Britain's darling and his own curse. You'll hear stories of fame, alcohol, women, and a downfall that began at the top of the world. You can find the premium episode on Patreon, in the premium section of Footy Past Stories.
Garrincha, a Brazilian football magician, a right-winger who enchanted the world with his dribbling and joy for the game. He was a symbol of Brazilian football in the 50s and 60s, and a key figure in Brazil's World Cup victories of 1958 and 1962.
Here's Garrincha. What a danger man. 2 goals already.
But off the field, alcohol slowly destroyed him. Repeated car crashes, lost money, broken relationships. By the end of his life, he was alone and died of liver cirrhosis at just 49. His story was full of contrasts, poverty and fame, laughter and sorrow. Yet despite all the falls, Garrincha remains a symbol of football's beauty and the joy of play, inspiring generations of players and fans all over the world. Ronaldinho, a magician with the ball, always smiling as he played. His dribbles, back-heel passes and dances after goals delighted the world. At Barcelona, he reached the peak of his career. 2 league titles, a Champions League triumph in 2006, the Ballon d'Or a year earlier. And with Brazil, he won the 2002 World Cup. But his love of nightlife was as strong as his love of football. That lifestyle slowly took its toll. After leaving Barcelona, he never found the same form again. At AC Milan, brilliance alternated with disappointment, discipline with carefree living. Then came problems off the pitch, financial troubles, injuries. After returning to Brazil, he moved quickly from club to club, and then faded as quietly as he had once lit up the Camp Nou. Ronaldinho remains proof that even joy in the game can come at a price. They were different. Maradona, Gascoigne, Best, Garrincha, Ronaldinho, each wrote a different story, but they were all driven by the same passion, a passion that lifted them to the top and then brought them crashing down. Their stories show that talent alone is never enough. Even football gods are just human, with weaknesses, flaws, and a longing for freedom. And still, they remain legends. Their names live on, in the goals we remember and the stories we keep telling. Because even in their falls, there's a piece of what makes us love this game. And if you want to hear the full story of one of them, the man who became the symbol of this whole generation, listen to the premium episode on Patreon. George Best, a genius who stopped knowing where the match ended and the party began.
Want more? On Patreon, you'll find premium episodes, an exclusive newsletter, and the opportunity to support a podcast that uses AI to connect football fans around the world.